What up, YouTube? It's your man, Beef Big Guns, dude. We out here, and you know it. All the mushroom hunting that you're about to see in this video was done on May 18th. Was turkey hunting, got rained out, decided to go mushroom hunting. Got some. Can't take the camera back, it was raining too hard. Now it's not anymore. I'm gonna take you along, show you a little bit of what I'm doing. I'm learning things today. I'm gonna share them with you. Let's go. So you just pile back into the thickest stuff you could ever imagine to find these things. But I got one. See that little bugger? They're hard to see. Growing off an old dead ash tree. But this is how it's going today. Like one at a time. One at a time. I don't see any other ones on this tree. We're on it. Can you spot the Morel? There it is. I do believe in using a knife, but I only prepared for turkey hunting this morning, which was silly. So we're plopping them out today. A little dry, but a yellow. There's a little wow factor. Little double. I love it. That's super juicy. They're a little old and dry, a little burned up. I don't even know what to say about it. I'm just happy to be finding a few. Oh, here's another one right next to me. Yes. Right there, look at that little bugger. Sweet. I had no idea what these mushrooms are relating to. Like, normally I'm saying like, oh, there's a dead ash right here. Like on the last one. So look, I realized that I'm the dude that said, hey, go out and find elm trees, you're gonna find mushrooms. I don't take anything back about the first video at all. I still think that's super valuable information, and that's probably gonna be the right ticket for next year. Even in the actual elm tree video, I do acknowledge, hey, you gotta stay versatile. It's a dead tree. You wanna check that. I've been finding them on ash trees this year. All the emerald ash borer trees. I'm finding like singles, doubles, maybe 3 on them. Not big bunches, but there's definitely mushrooms on them. Keep your mind pliable. I talk about it in the end of the elm tree video. Keep your mind pliable. Think your way through the process. This year, in the southern third of the state, I was striking out on elm trees. Well, not striking out, but just not connecting as hard as I wanted to. Ash trees ended up being the ticket. Bushes ended up being the ticket. So you tell me. I don't know. I'm real curious to hear what anybody's got to say in the comments. I got no idea what these are relating to. There's an alive elm tree right here. But it's like they're circling maybe this way. Maybe it's this apple tree behind me. Maybe I should stop, or I don't know. This busted off little tree. It's possible. I don't know. I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna check here a while longer though now. Baby dried up yellow. It has been tough this year. This is very satisfying. Two little beauties. We'll take them. We're putting together a mess of them now. Greased up. Wow. So the way my brain works, I have to start at the baseline with these things. I can't just like jump into some crazy recipe. The first time I've ever cooked with them on the show. I've found them a bunch of different times on the show, and I never cooked with them. This is a cooking show. We're grilling burgers tonight because it's beautiful out, and so we're eating mushrooms on burgers again. So these mushrooms are a little dry, but they still smell really good. They smell really good. I realize that the mushrooms are really fugly, okay? And they look all burned up and dried up. That's true. They are. The camera doesn't do any favors. The lighting doesn't do any favors for them. You know, morels have a good sniff. Like they smell pleasant. They smell musty and pleasant when they're fresh. When they start to go bad, they smell like rotten seafood. Gross. It's real easy to differentiate between good enough mushrooms to eat and mushrooms that shouldn't be eaten. Give them the smell test. Morel's morchella is hollow inside, so we're going to trim the stipe up close, cut them in half so we can access the interior and get them good and clean inside. So now we got all our halved morels, we're going to give these a rinse. Let them dry for just a second. So I have the mushrooms just kind of relaxing on the vent. Let a little air get around them, but we want them to stay partially wet. In the meantime, I'm going to grab some salt and sprinkle salt on them, and then I'm going to put them in some flour. I got a tactic I like to use when I'm breading fragile mushrooms, and it's simple, but it's really effective. I just start with some flour in the bottom of this. This is actually some bread flour that we haven't used up yet. I'm going to drop the mushrooms in there and then just kind of tumble them around. So I got all the mushrooms that I had in there laid on top of that flour. A little bit of salt on the interior of the mushrooms. The ridges hold flour plenty good. And now I just turn it. It's almost like going to a factory where they like have a tumbler in there and they get that really nice uniform look to it. I just roll these suckers around. And then look at how they pop out. Tumbler. I'm telling you, give them a little shake. They're ready for the pan. Frick yeah. So as you can see, we got it all browned up. And it smells great in here. Holy cow, it smells really good. And so now what we're going to do is just take these and put them over on the rack over here. And let them kind of just air dry. They drank up most of that butter. They're going to be delicious. Give those chunks a little bit longer, but there you go. There's enough for like 4 venison burgers. That's exactly what we were shooting for. Got the lawnmower going in the background, don't matter. Double, you see the morels? They're right here. I'm touching it. It's gonna be so good. I don't even know. Venison burgers, morel mushrooms, spinach from the garden. That is a real deluxe. Let's go. The morels are like another layer of meat.
till they're
It's just meat on meat on meat.
yeah.
Unpopular opinion, Morels aren't my favorite mushroom. But they're great. The stalk is what makes them really fun. Anyway, how can you miss? Double burger, Morel mushrooms, Colby cheese, ketchup mustard. This is a beauty. Can't freaking get enough, baby. Go find yourself some mushrooms, y'all. We out here. Catch you on the next one.